But if you want to stay ahead of me, you need to keep both eyes open.
Alpha level confirmed. Encryption code accepted. Safeguards removed.
Open your eyes.
Guys, look around. Just try looking around.
This is insane right now. Oh, this is just unbelievable. What?
Oh my God!
What is happening? This is absolutely insane.
There's the beach!
I feel like it's hard to breathe. Oh. Oh my God. This is so totally creepy.
Oh my God, the sun!
Oh my goodness. This feels so weird.
Look at the sunrise, Derek! It's at every direction!
Oh my goodness. There's like sunset, sunrise, every direction. People are going nuts. This I did not expect. I don't know what I expected, but...
Oh my God!
This just looks so wrong. You can see these prominences, the solar corona coming out the top left and right and the bottom. I can see Venus directly above me.
You can see the stars.
Oh,
my God!
What is this? What? I just don't even know. We are inside totality. I am kind of speechless. It is just unreal right now. Isn't it? It's totally nuts.
Oh.
What?
Poke the hole in the sky. But it's so dark. 360 sunsets giving
Our excitement that the sun is back. I'm gonna pop the solar filter back on.
Yeah. So
Mazatlan, and then it is going to move through Mexico, up through Texas. We have reporters through Texas as well, all the way here through Indianapolis, and this will move with the course of the next hour or so. It's going to be amazing all the way through Canada.
Yeah, let's take a moment to absorb this. Let's listen in.
we are seeing an extraordinary sight here, and this is what we talked about. The moon, as we see it, is bigger than the sun. So as it passes between Earth and the sun, we are seeing this amazing corona of the sun, including what appears to be a solar flare there on the lower right-hand side.
We're witnessing a moment unlike any other. This doesn't happen, as far as we know, just about anywhere else in the universe, according to the experts that we've just talked to. And you heard the crowd there celebrating in Mazatlan. Moments of joy. You saw children running around smiling. You saw people with their phones taking pictures. I heard people yelling in Spanish, look at the eerie horizon, because the horizon is still lit up. And these are now the rare special minutes of totality, where you get about 4 minutes of this sight that you won't see anywhere else. And that doesn't just happen. It is rare and obviously a very special moment to reflect on how lucky we are to join in this experience together and to be on this earth where magical stuff like this happens.
It really is amazing as we are watching this from Mazatlan, the first stop in this zone of totality. And we're also getting this experience of how the weather is interacting with the solar eclipse, because you can see as it is coming in and out, the brightness of the corona of the sun, of what we are seeing illuminate behind the moon. And there you see it, that effect, that diamond ring as it comes back out after the totality. The sun was affecting it, so we were seeing it more clearly and less clearly. Let's go now to Torreon, Mexico, where we're about to witness another live moment of totality.
Is Gustavo Valdez there for us? Gustavo, what does it look like?
Well, we're just checking out. The irony here is that this is a desert. They rarely get the cloud cover we're getting today, but it's not too bad. We'll still be able to see what's happening up there. You can hear the people screaming. I'm putting on my glasses so I can look up and give you an idea of what we're seeing. You can see just that sliver of the sun peeking through the moon as it comes across. And a few things we have experienced already. And the first thing we've noticed is the lower temperature. It cooled down significantly. And another thing we were talking about earlier about the birds, and we've been noticing how all the birds from this area seem to be flying back to their nest. In fact, you see those two pigeons there. They came back a few minutes ago, and certainly they're confused. Unfortunately, the state government decided to put a big generator behind us, so we cannot hear the birds on the microphone, but we can hear the noises. You are also hearing the crowd cheering as they see what everybody's seeing through their televisions, but they're experiencing here. People, school, work got canceled. So, trying to see if we can see a little bit of what the cloud cover it is. Polo, si les puedes mostrar el sol. Let's see what it's looking like. It's a little bit, like I said, there's a big cloud cover, but not too bad. We can still see the edge of the moon. The question right now is going to be, once we reach totality in a couple of minutes, if we're going to be able to see the full ring. Let's hope that the clouds do not interfere with that experience with these tens of thousands of people who are waiting like everybody else to see this event. Like we've been saying, there are people here from all over the world. They are experiencing this. The scientists, the images that you have on screen are from NASA. They got lucky. All the scientists got lucky that Torreon happens to have a telescope that is pointing to the sun all the time. So they are able to cover this event and for everybody else to see. And now let's try to take a look. And I think now the lighting is completely changed. Polo, show the people, because now the light is a different color. It's actually it's very clear. The way, I don't know how to explain it, but it's basically as if somebody in darkness turned on a light. And let's listen in, because now people are starting to cheer more as totality, and I'm changing here my glasses so I can experience with everybody else. And yes, it's almost there. Like I said, the cloud cover here might prevent us from seeing the ring, but we are seconds away. If you want to just I'll remain quiet as we reach the peak, and you can hear the crowd. There it is. Now, here is beautiful. Here we go, any moment. Start to see that diamond ring, the last glimmer of the sun, flickering, it's disappearing. We're almost there.
Yes!
3, 2, there's the diamond ring.
Whoa!
The Bailey's bees, the Bailey's bees. You can take off the glasses now. Look at that. Woo! Yes! Wow!
Exactly what you wanted. Exactly what you were hoping
And
for.
Robin, see how it's moving.
Oh.
You can see the corona, the wispy curtains of the corona there, and the brilliant light. Wow, you can see the prominences. Those are the little bulges
I see
around
it.
the edge, and the contrast between the blackness of the moon and the brilliant bright white of the corona. Incredible. Some of the pink colors at the bottom, those are the prominences.
Oh
Helmet
my
streamers.
God!
We've got helmet streamers.
Oh, look!
Wow. Okay, that's Venus right there. We can
No,
see Venus.
that's-
Bottom right, we can see Venus. And off to the left, we might be able to see Jupiter.
Look, there's Venus right there.
That's Venus to the bottom right. And Jupiter's right there. I see Jupiter.
I just saw it.
We got Jupiter. Look at the prominences. They're pink. They are hot pink. Unbelievable.
You sound so much like your mom right now.
Right?
You sound so much like your
Like
mom.
mother, like son. I got to tell you, in 2017, again, it was at a minimum level of solar activity. So it is much more active and dynamic now. It's moving.
it
It's
is
dancing for us in Cleveland in front of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Incredible. Let's do it.
In the United States of America. I can see it. It's going in and out of the clouds, but there are times when it does pop up and I can see that partial. Look how dark it got right there. Did you see that darkness? It just got really dark. We are close. Oh my gosh, we got it! We got it!
Yes! What's wrong with you? What you screaming for? Every 5 minutes there's something, a bomb or something? I'm leaving.
Ah! Oh my gosh, Lauren, look up! Woo! Oh my gosh, it's just so amazing. That was incredible.
And we're into the first part of totality here.
5, 4, 3,
2, 1.
All right,
And
there we
go.
have it.
There's the
Glasses
total
off.
eclipse.
Holy moly!
There it is.
That is so cool.
And we have Venus down to the lower right, and we have a nice large and sort of spiky corona, the rare sun's atmosphere that we never see, the very high temperature particles. So this is a really great view of totality.
Wow. I think we're counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, we got it. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Guys, it's amazing. I just can't even describe to you how amazing it is. You can see the corona right now. So right now we're looking at the sun's outer atmosphere in our 4 minutes and 11 seconds of
What's up, everybody? Have a look at that for colour. That looks insane. Not really sure what we've been looking at so far. We've sort of seen a bit of all sorts of everything going on, a lot of symbolism, the numbers, the visual effects of it all. It's definitely been an interesting event. But look, I'll let this keep playing, and I'll let you guys keep watching.
Totality is beginning.
The crowd is building. Here we go. Here we go. Yes! Totality! Oh, look at that! That is so awesome! Look at that! The corona is so vivid. Venus is perfect. Oh my gosh, it's all there. And the crowd goes wild! Yes! We did it! We did it! And our celebratory egg cream cheers, totality!
We're in it! Oh, baby! We are in it right now!
Can we take off?
Look at that! Oh!
Holy cow!
Wow! Wow! Wow, we dropped 6 degrees since before we started going into about halfway through partial. I am blown away.
Oh, and there's the
6,
diamond ring on the
5,
other side.
4, 3, 2. Oh, there you go, diamond. Woo! Boom! Wow!
Oh! Oh, wow! Wow! Holy smokes! That is spectacular! Wow, the diamond ring. You see that? Holy smokes. Stars! I think that's a planet 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 diamond ring! Wow! Look at that! Okay, take your glasses off. Look at that! Wow! That's the sun and the moon right there. Oh, this is even cooler than last time. Look at that. Look how dark it is. Okay, we see stars. Guys, what do you think? Whoa! Last people!
Just before we get too far ahead, I just want to go through a couple of photos from a photographer off social media here who was at the event. You can see in this first photo, there is a definite red tinge to the moon, so to speak, sitting here. Now, that's an unedited image. The next one is the same photo that I've just put a filter over, basically, and just removed some of the shadowing from the photo. Now, if you compare that to what we normally see as in the moon itself, the dark shadowing, the craters, and so forth, you can still see the moon's surface in these images, as per it being the moon. But I don't see any of the representative features of the moon in any of these photos, which I find interesting. The next one that I show is a photo from the same photographer, edited, and obviously you can still see that deep red burgundy tinge to the moon itself with the sun behind it, which is also quite interesting. Another thing I want to highlight for people, and this is on NASA's own website, anyone can find this information, but these are the paths of eclipses from past, present and future, so forth. Now, if you look at this image, this is from 2011 of a partial eclipse, but you can see what clearly looks like the outside outline of an eye, which is relevant, obviously, with the symbolism that's in the world. So if you go and impose an eclipse in the center of it, there is your clear and evident eye symbolism that we always constantly see being used by relevant parties in the world. The new Las Vegas sphere is also always putting these eye images on this place for the world to see, and they've even gone as far as putting an eclipse in there, which is pretty much exactly the same thing, and that's why they've done it, to highlight that whole scenario, no matter if people acknowledge it or see it or not. But then they do creepy things like this, which looks like a child trapped inside it, and that's not really surprising in the scheme of things in this world today. This is the type of stuff we see. So,
reaction from the ISS. Gio Benitez is in Indianapolis. He covers aviation and space for us. And Gio, what are the NASA astronauts reporting in from their view?
And you know what? We've been talking about how special and rare it is, what we've been witnessing here in person. But this image, this video is extremely rare and special for the viewing audience right now, because Drew Feusel, again, NASA astronaut, is with me. And you were telling me that this image perhaps is unlike any other that we've seen because everything aligned perfectly.
Yeah, it's really serendipitous, right? The only reason we got that shot is because the space station happened to be flying over the northeast U.S. right at the exact time that the eclipse path, the shadow, was coming across the nation. So at that moment, everything has to happen at the same time. NASA trained their high-definition external cameras on the shadow, and you could see that black spot moving across the country. And then it was gone because ISS is traveling at 17,500 miles an hour. That shadow's moving fast. You saw how quickly it got from Indianapolis out to Maine. It was a matter of, 10 minutes or something. Next thing we know, we're looking at it out there, and then it's going to go off the coast. So to have all those things line up, the sun, the moon, the spin of the Earth, the space station, it doesn't happen very often. Just like an eclipse doesn't happen very often. It's pretty incredible to see it.
And that is why you and I have officially declared this the perfect eclipse. The perfect eclipse.
About the WB-57, so we're going to fly some planes over and make sure that we can actually see that solar corona, that hot atmosphere that's around the sun that we're about to get once we reach totality. Definitely, yeah. It's the
there it is, Kelly.
There it is. Oh, look at that view.
So we're looking out.
That's great. We're looking out, and it looks like we might be able to. We're seeing a lot of clouds, but hopefully a shadow as well as we're coming in to totality there. And so these WB-57s are carrying 3 different instruments or 3 different experiments, 2 to look at the sun and 1 to look at our atmosphere, because our atmosphere actually responds to the eclipse, and we're trying to figure out how that ionosphere, that layer of the atmosphere, actually responds to it. I mean, we have the stuff here. We also have rockets on the other side of the country being launched to again study that. Oh, look at that! There's the diamond ring.
That's right. We're not there, but I feel the energy just watching it.
So this is because of the craters and the peaks and valleys and the moon, we're seeing the last bits that are just getting through, and now we're getting to totality.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark, 0.
And our first APEP rocket has left the rail. Let's listen in.
6 TM readout clock.
Motor pressure. Plus 20.
All TM antennas tracking.
Looks like the 0-degree boom did not deploy.
Vehicle performed nominally. Check item 454.
Copy that.
And TM and SRP, I'm going to go put the clock at T-minus 15 without objection.
And many people outside the path will see a partial eclipse. We here in the Virginia Wallops region are going to get about an 81% totality around peak totality time, which is 1530-ish, 330? 322 will be the most we'll see at 81% here in the Wallops region.
Record RF parameters and report TM lock.
Okay, as we just heard, the PI has requested a hold. It's T-minus 3 minutes. We're passing 8 minutes now and counting. Once we get to 3 minutes, we're going to hold no longer than 5 minutes. Our assumption is the PI is waiting on something he wants to see in the science realm. So we'll wait. That would put us to 322, and then plus the 3 we're holding would be a new T0 around 325 local here.
ACS check 512, go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark.
Radars are tracking.
Ignition squib, motor pressure.
Success. And our second vehicle has left the rail of the ARC launcher here, live from Wallops Flight Facility in Virginia. As part of the APEP launches, a 3-rocket salvo that the NASA Wallops Flight Facility is launching today in conjunction with Dr. Auro Berjadia from the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Florida. APEP, of course, is an acronym. Atmospheric perturbations around the eclipse path. We are launching 3 rockets today, 4 sub-payloads on each, for a total of 12 different data sets that will be collected today and back to the universities and academia for study in our ionosphere.
I show all 6 potentiometers, show booms deployed. As far as micro switches, I got all except for the 0-degree micro switch.
Radars are tracking.
Plus 10. Ignition squib and motor pressure.
Plus Radars 20. 2 and 3 on the booster.
Plus 30. Plus 40. Burnout.
That is just so cool.
Yeah, I like the 360 sunset. It's a little hard to see behind us, but it's...
oh, we've got at least one or 2 drones.
Yeah, some... our robot overlords.
Of course.
Going back to this scenario here with this commentator, journalist, whatever he is, but he said the veil has been lifted off the glasses. Now, obviously, as you're all aware, there's been a lot of emphasis and focus put on these glasses, these eclipse glasses, and the right eyewear and protection to use for the eclipse and looking at the sun and so forth. But what I find interesting is it's not just like the talk about it. I mean, I'm sure it's been something every time looking at eclipses and even just looking at the sun in general. But the media has put so much focus, like visually, on the people wearing the glasses and all this sort of thing. But not just the people, a lot of focus on the children. And as you can see in some of these images, like from ABC and so forth, like they do these articles and posts and stories with kids and families and all that wearing these glasses. I mean, it's been everywhere, and I'm sure everybody's seen it. But it's amazing that what's come from all this emphasis on the glasses to what's come from it after the event, with so many things like the recalls from the glasses. You know, these glasses were wrong, they shouldn't have been approved, it all happened at the last minute, and you can see that highlighted in some of these articles that I've included here. I find that all very questionable because it's just so typical of what you'd see, you know, like they promote something to such a high level, and then there's negative that comes from it after the fact. And, you know, like now you've got all these stories about people with sore eyes and so forth coming out, you know, like people that wore glasses and had the wrong glasses. And it's absolute madness, really. But what I've also noticed is like a story I've included here where they talk about the searching online that has come out now. People searching to find stories about the eye problems that have occurred from the eclipse. And I mean, that highlights another thing, that they can quite easily monitor what we all search for, how much we search for it. You know, we all look for it because it's become such a big topic, and then they come out and say, oh, this has happened online. So we are all being monitored. They can see everything that we do, and that's how these stories come out. So yeah, it's very funny how these things happen. But anyway.
A consumer alert for all of you, as the State Department of Public Health is issuing a recall for certain types of eclipse glasses. They potentially failed to meet safety standards. The glasses were also reportedly available at several Southern Illinois retail establishments. So here's a look at what they look like and where they were sold. Proper safety glasses, just so you know, should carry the ISO designation of 12312-2. That's 12312-2. People who have these other glasses should not use them during the eclipse, as they could result in eye damage.
Mexico to Maine in like, what, about 88 minutes?
That's right. It's
so
like
fast.
that 1,900 miles per hour.
I'll just quickly show you this. So this is the Seagull of Lucifer, also referred to as the Seagull of Satan. Now you'll notice there's a similar sort of characteristic between the Freemasonry logo and this seagull itself. So what I'm going to show you here is just some basically online internet imagery of which highlights like the sun and the earth creating this penumbra and umbra effect, this shadowing and whatever that's cast on the opposite side of the earth from the sun. And you might have heard that mentioned in the solar eclipse stuff. But yeah, also the actual on the same format, the imagery of what an actual eclipse looks like. Now, what I'll do is I'll overlay this Seagull of Lucifer over the top of these images, and yeah, you'll be interested to see what this actually looks like. So there's the penumbra effect being shown here, and you can see the shadows being cast off. Now here's the seagull laid over the top of it, and you can see that it quite cleanly follows the same sort of representation. I've done the same here on the eclipse, and yet again, the same sort of similarities occur in between them. Now, what does that mean? Well, does that mean that there is a connection between what these symbols represent and also is there a deception in amongst it being of what they mean and what they revolve around? It's definitely relevant, something worth questioning. Now, that symbol is designed to be viewed up and down, like I've highlighted here. So in saying that, when you look at this image, what do you see when you look at the Earth? Now, I don't want to drift too far off topic. It depends on what people think. I don't want to, venture down to the whole road of conspiracy theories. It's a very touchy subject, but when you look at the Earth and you see that clean line, and if you know anything about firmaments and so on, then that definitely holds some relevance in what you're looking at here. I could branch off into something else in regards to the moon, but I don't want to drift too far off topic in this particular video, and that unfortunately also takes quite a bit of explaining. So, but definitely something relevant to look at here. I mean, it's very interesting. But anyway, we'll keep moving forward. Now, the April 8th eclipse falls into the star sign of Aries, which is represented here by the ram, which is also pretty relevant. But for those that don't know, what they say is that as the Earth passes around the sun appears to fall into a succession of star signs or zodiac signs or constellations, which is how all of these birth dates and so on are all deemed by this type of scenario. But what I'll show you is this article by Forbes is basically titled "Why the Sun is Going to Appear in the Wrong Star Sign During the Eclipse." Now I find that all quite strange, but further down it notes that this is only going to be relevant for those that are in the path of totality. Quite bizarre, but I'll let you have a read of the article anyway.
Now, one of the tallest figures in modern physics, Nobel laureate Peter Higgs, has died at the age of 94. He's best known for the idea of the Higgs boson particle, which is known as the holy grail of physics. Here's a report on his greatest legacy, the God particle.
I would like to add my congratulations to everybody involved in this tremendous achievement. For me, it's really an incredible thing that it's happened in my lifetime. It's taken...
Notice how it says the wailing began. I believe that's what the journalists were trying to replicate throughout those previous videos. Just my opinion. So for those of you that aren't aware or weren't aware, Peter Higgs, obviously someone quite significant in the world of physics and especially in regards to CERN. As I've highlighted there, they had their little tribute to him on social media. But yeah, this man died on the day of the eclipse. So that's, in the essence of what I've shown you with the sacrifices that take place of old during eclipses and offerings to the gods and so forth. Yes, that is significant. As crazy as it might sound to some people, it is relevant. And you can go through many people from the past where this has been a significant point with their deaths. It's just these people that run this world and what they believe, these ancient beliefs, the symbolism's everywhere. I mean, they put it in your faces all the time, in our faces, and it's all relevant. You know what I mean? It just, once you adjust your eyes to be able to see, you can't unsee it. It's everywhere. But I get that probably for some of my subscribers, people that may come on board and see this video, that these numbers seem sort of crazy to get your head around, and it doesn't make any sense to you, and I get that, but it is relevant. They do base everything that they do around numbers. They are highly significant, and they are always there in amongst any event. That's you can show people that countless times to show consistency. It's all there. So look, you can say, like the man was 94, he's had a good life, and it's just a coincidence that he died on the day of the eclipse. I agree. That is definitely a highly possible thing. But with these people and the way they operate, I would lean towards the prior, because that's just what they do. Him being of that age, it is obviously that he has had a good life. But yes, I definitely think there's a high possibility that this has been put out on the day of the eclipse for that reason. So you can see here, guys, in this gematria chart, we have the consistency in numbers again with this rocket stuff from NASA. So the 8-4, the 48, there's your April 8th, the 4th month, the 8th day, the 33 is consistent. I've included 42 in here. If you saw my Elon Musk video, which was also about the eclipse and also the Texas wildfires, you'll see that number consistently highlighted throughout that video. The 5-1 I've included because some of you might not know, but the Bavarian Illuminati was founded on May 1st, 1776. So May 5th month, first day. That's your 5-1, and you've also got your Area 51. But you could go through many news articles. I could probably make a video just on that, highlighting the use of the numbers 33, 15, 5-1, very consistent, very commonly used in a lot of stuff. So, but look, Yeah, being able to show people the consistency in the numbers and show them across the board is what I'm trying to do. And my videos will hopefully highlight that for people. If there's videos you haven't watched, not all of them, but some of them, if you haven't been through them all, go back, have a look, make some connections of your own. That's what it's about. I try and keep a consistency, add a little bit here and there into different topics across different areas, and people go, oh, gee, there's that again. That's what it's about. If you can show people the consistency becomes undeniable, and that's what's part of this whole teaching people what these people do, what they're about. You know, it's important to have consistency. So yeah, look, I'm gonna wrap up. If you didn't watch that Dr. Evil, my last video all the way through, please go back and watch it through. I touch on these rockets of NASA later. I understand for some people that video might have creeped some people out, and it might have had you going, gee, where's he going with this? I get that. It was hard enough even trying to show people that stuff. I've held on to that for a long time, and I thought, look, I'll put it out there. But later in the video, you'll see how I connect some of that in with what I've shown, and it'll start to make a bit of sense to you. Weird sense, but it'll make sense. So please go back and watch that all the way through. I apologise if it creeped anyone out. That wasn't my intention, while I also did know that it may do so. So please do that. But look, I'll wrap up with leaving a video of what Donald Trump posted just prior to the eclipse as a bit of a campaign for himself. I find that quite relevant. I've got a big Trump video in the works. It's either going to rattle people's world, or it's going to show you things that you thought may have been a factor. But I've got that coming, and I'll just finish up with a string of eclipse photos from photographers. Those prominences, the pink that people saw around the eclipse, you'll see that consistently shown in different photographers' photos, depending on how they photograph them all. But people were saying they were flares, they're fixed like spikes that coming off the sun and so forth. Those things never changed. They were the same shape in the same spots throughout that entire event. So I don't know, it's very bizarre. A very nice looking feature, but very bizarre. But I'll leave you a string of photos to look at, and I'll leave you guys with it. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Surprise!